What up, guys? So let's do some games with Aura Paladin. I don't really love this deck, but I like to come back to it now and then to see if things have changed. The metagame seems to be constantly shifting. I think Aura Paladin is like tier 1.5, not quite tier 1, not quite tier 2. And I've seen a lot of these deck lists playing Whelp of the Infinite, which is an okay card. It's definitely got some utility to it. But I think I'm a bigger fan of like Mixologist or I don't know. The fact that I'm not playing Consecration or Equality is kind of weird. It feels like I'm not being a good paladin. So there's that. Definitely not keeping Gelbin. Against a mage, I'm definitely keeping Resistance Aura. Tiger's plushie could be okay. I think there are better things to keep, though. Let's see. So I do like to... Yeah, Tiger's plushie normally is not kept. I do like to, now and then, use the data online. So I know I talk a lot about, the creative muscle of deck building and not relying, so much on the data to tell you what to do and kind of learning to play a little bit more, which I think is very valid. I think there's also something to be said for using the data to your advantage when possible. So I am consulting the Mulligan guide because I did just pull this deck straight offline to make sure that I was playing what seems like the most updated version. Yeah, this seems great here. Creature of Madness is awesome, but I think Resistance Aura will help slow them down a little bit. That's better. Alright, let's see what we get. Ooh, this is a pretty decent card. This could be okay, but I don't think they're going to play many minions. And this actually could be pretty brutal against them. Because they're going to be drawing and discovering cards. I guess they're not drawing as much as discovering, so I think I'm going to go with Dream Planner. And do I drop the Righteous Protector also? I don't see why not. Last turn of the Resistance Aura here. Good. Paying 1 mana for the coin? What? What? Oh, that must have been a misplay. They must have done that not realizing. That sucks. Cardboard Golem seems okay. Nightmare Lord is just a fantastic card, though. Yeah, what could I draw that would make Cardboard Golem better than Nightmare Lord? I think Nightmare Lord is just better. Yeah, even if I draw Crusader Aura or something, I'm not going to play it. Resistance Aura would be good, but I think that's a very, very niche situation. +4/+5 is pretty good. That would be cheap. I don't think charge makes this worth it because I'm also very far away from playing it. Yeah, 4 mana, 7/8 seems pretty good. I'm not sure that this mage deck is the greatest example for testing this deck, but we'll see. Yeah, their deck has no minions. Okay. So that makes Manifested Timeways a little bit worse, but... yeah, it's kind of hard not to just play this guy. That's really good value. They've still got one of these, or two of those left, but very far from killing a 7/8 with it. Yeah, whenever you can get cards from the past, it's pretty powerful. Oh, good old manager. This has charge, and we can get 2 cards, probably that'll damage the opponent. Because spending the ones that, yeah, the ones you get that spend a lot of mana can potentially spend a lot of mana. It could be bombs, or it could just be like if it's something like, I'm definitely not doing this, but if I get something off of this that's like destroy all minions, that just doesn't do them any good. So I think I'm gonna go with damaging them. Leroy Bloodline seems okay. And we're going to hold the O Manager so that I can get max value out of it with Sunsnapper Lanessa, because that'll let it cast twice. So I'll get 2 coins and deal 4 damage, likely to the face. Ooh, that did not work out like they probably thought it would. Bummer. Let's do this. Throw this at their face. And this does give me 4 mana to work with afterwards, because the coins cast double also. So I can play something else, but I'm not sure that I want to extend that far. You know, Cardboard Golem could actually be okay, because that would give me some value for the long term. Alright, so if I can just get 1 or 2 minions to stick, then Bloodlust is good. Obviously, Leroy just kills them also. But pretty good position. I don't think this mage deck is well suited to handle decks like Aura. Yeah, Ava Sinclair, I am not interested in your graphics or logos or anything like that. Please leave the Twitch chat, because you've made it clear you're not here to watch the game. These bots on Twitch are insane. What do we do here? So Tiger's Plushie could help clear those guys. If only I could play Tiger's Plushie and Bloodlust, that would be dope. So that's 3 and 1, which does take care of both of them. Yeah, I pretty much just got to get through whatever they're playing right now. So we go 1 here, this here, and then this, along with this. We'll take this out. And unfortunately, that's about all I've got. Hopefully I can get a minion or 2 to stick. Literally just need 1/1/1 to stick to get Bloodlust to kill him. Also, a clear board for Leroy is perfect. They are 2 discovers away. Good old Blizzard, okay. So Leroy it is. And I can't tell you how many times I've killed people with Leroy over the years. Very good card. I used to play a Shaman deck that was like that Blood, was it Bloodlust or Blood something? Leroy, bunch of really efficient cards, Lightning Bolts, things like that. Just pretty much Face Hunter, but with Shaman. Alright, so 1 down, 1-0 after playing Mage. Great way to start. I have been wanting to try and make Snatch and Grab work. I don't know if it fits in this, but Snatch and Grab is the 8 mana rogue spell that destroys 2 random enemy minions, and it costs 1 less for each spell you've played outside of your class. So if you're playing it with Linessa, then every rogue spell you play in your Paladin deck counts towards that. So it does limit the ability to do that, but I prefer that over playing like, you know, rogue shuffle type nonsense where you're getting cards from other classes, shuffling into your deck, all that type of stuff. So let's see, playing against Warrior, so I think O Manager is pretty bad. Whelp of the Infinite, probably not super helpful. I am gonna again consult the Mulligan guide here just to be sure. Looks like Whelp of the Infinite is a keep about half of the time. Not sure that this is the half that matters though. Nightmare Lord, definitely a keep. Creature of Madness, definitely. Yeah, because I get a 3-drop from this, I'm going to throw back the Whelp of the Infinite because I'm not super concerned about the early game against them. Unless they're playing dragons, which is very possible. But I think Control Warrior is much more likely. Ooh, that's a good 3-drop also. Alright, they are in fact Control Warrior. Because they're control, I did consider coin into creature. But I think the coin is better suited to get me ahead on like turn 3 or 4 rather than 1. This actually seems really good against them. Because although it does create some possible issues for me, they like to sit around and just draw cards, make armor, not really do a lot. So if that forces them to either kill it or play the cards that they draw, either way is very good for me. So I think I'm just going to do that. And it's a 2/8, so it's much harder to kill also. So we'll see. Okay, that worked out okay for him this time, but that card also, and that card, is temporary again. Okay, so if anything it just, yeah, see, that's good value. What do we draw? Yeah, I'm just gonna trade that away, I think. I think odds are, what do we got? 4, 5, 6. So 6 of my 22 cards cost 5 or more. No, just kidding. So I can only cast a 3 spell. So 2, 4, 6, 8. So 8 of the 22 cards. That might not be worth it. And I actually don't mind losing that, because I can just continue to put more pressure on him here. Definitely don't want to play Ursine Maul, but I think Nightmare Lord could be good. Because that's not drawing, it's discovering. So I think... You know what I could also do? I could just play this. You know what? Let's run it. Next turn is their Brawl turn. It's turn 5, so... Nice, and it hit that guy. Even harder to kill. That's amazing. And pretty soon I'll be able to cast everything in my deck, and I've already got Gelbin in my hand, so I'm not worried about losing that to a temporary trigger. So, seems good. Well, very surprised I untapped, or not untapped, sorry, Magic Terms. Very surprised I started my turn with all these guys still. Like, I mean, granted, you know, this weapon is annoying, but I can do this and not have to worry about the temporary. And we do this. And then they still take 9.
For justice.
And HS Replay has so many ads, it always makes my computer slower. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, getting rid of that. Come on. There we go. All clear. Yeah, immediately better. Crazy. So they're down to 4 cards, which I really like. That's totally cool. They drew it, so they gotta play it. Wow, yeah, this makes this game way different.
For justice.
Let's just keep bashing face. This is awesome.
Won't happen again.
Yeah, thank you for the dudes. That's pretty awesome. And that aura was actually very well timed. Let's see. And if I play Cardboard Aura or Cardboard Golem, that'll actually make it last an additional turn. So yeah, super value. This is working out very well.
All forms of life will be crushed. Planetary decimation! Planetary decimation!
Yeah, totally fine with all that. And they're losing Ziliax and Ham the Hungry. This is amazing. This is utterly amazing. Yeah, we're just going to play Crusader Aura, because why not, right? I'm not going to play Ursine Maul, because I don't want to... Ooh, this is good, too.
Won't happen again. For justice.
Okay. Working out pretty well. Yeah, they must be miserable over there. Spells cost more. Cards drawn are temporary. Low life total. Yeah, there it is. Very weird that my minion disappeared. Was it gonna die? I don't know. Alright, working our way up. Platinum. So 2-0 is a great way to start. Still haven't had to use the Whelp of the Infinite. I would feel a lot better if that was a Mixologist. The more I think about it, the more, like, I love Mixologist as a card. I think Mixologist is very versatile, very powerful, because it's a 1-mana spell.
Uther versus Valera.
The dream must be protected.
I will fight with honor.
So, against Rogue. I'm not sure there's much that I would want to draw instead of these. Like, Metal Detector might be better than Ursine Maul in the beginning of the game. Creature of Madness is obviously fantastic. I think I'm going to do this. I'm not sure if this is correct or the other way around. But I think I'm going to do this. Excellent. There's our boy King Lane. It's the homie Lane.
Well met.
Alright, what you got, Brody?
Choose soon.
It's crazy to me that Garona costs 4.
Care to make a wager, friend?
Seems good. Those are also pretty good minions to get. Let's do this just to keep ourselves from getting too damaged early on. I prefer to get that coin off of the combo, but only so much you can do. Hello? Do you have plays? Hello?
Soon.
It'd be pretty great if they don't attack. Okay. I was like, if we get a free turn, that'd be awesome. Not how I like to win, but advantage is advantage, I guess. Alright, which one of these guys do I want to kill first? I think this guy's probably more dangerous. Because I doubt they're going to be freezing very many of my minions, so that probably won't be super relevant. So Cardboard Golem into Chronological Aura seems great. Yeah, Cardboard Golem is a great card, but 2 of them is just too many for a deck, unfortunately. It's very weird how some cards, they have that balance to them where they're good, but in those specific circumstances that are so specific that you just can't justify a second copy sometimes.
Choose soon.
Rot number 802, welcome to the collection.
Okay. No Mishora doesn't seem that bad, actually.
For justice.
Yeah, let's gain a little bit of life. Oh. Oh, you know what? Chronological Aura does seem a little better. Totally forgot about my coin. Yeah, that makes a world of difference. Then that gives Gnomish Aura even more value if I'm restoring health to a dude. And Cardboard Golem can help both of them stick around for longer. Yeah, I feel bad for Rogue as a class, because after the nerf of Sandbox Scoundrel, Rogue is just, like, it's come down to this, which is not bad, but it's not good enough to really be, like, tier 1 in my opinion. I'm sure there's a deck list out there that's much more optimal, but unfortunately, yeah, the Sandbox Scoundrel was a huge benefit. It completely killed the Incendious combo, which I was a big fan of. I was playing that deck until they nerfed it. I think I did a video where I was trying to figure out if it was still playable. So that's probably on YouTube. The good old YouTubes. I would like a little bit more value out of Manifested Time Waste, but this doesn't seem bad. I do think Gnomish Aura is possibly worth playing, though. Let's see what I get off of this first. Yeah, I like this guy. That tells me top card of my deck is Creature of Madness. Seems good. Which means I can play it and cast Creature of Madness because it'll cost one less, but I think there are more important things to do here. I'm not sure if I want to trade. I think trading is fine here. Then I'll gain a little bit of life. Yeah, that'll last 3 more turns, and I've still got 1 more on the chronological. Yeah, normally I just trade the Gnomish Aura so that I can get it off of Gelbin. Because it's not the best, but in this case it works out okay. Over 4 turns, I'll get 16 health. Seems fine. Interesting that they chose that over using their dagger. Because now they're giving me legendary minions. And I play quite a few. This seems better now. What is my top card? Righteous Protector. Yeah, so let's do this. I can do this and play Righteous Protector. Not gonna lie, this is better than I anticipated, and this is why I always kind of circle back around to decks like this. Because sometimes the metagame shifts just enough where a deck is much better than it was before. Sure. And it's got Wind Fury, that's pretty solid. What you gonna do about it, bruh? Ooh, that's pretty good. So I can take control of an enemy minion. It has 1 attack this turn, so hopefully I can take something that I can kill that just at least slows them down a little bit. Restore 12 health, then take... So, restore 6 health. Totally fine with that. If you do it too close to 30, obviously it's not great, because then, like if I did it right now, I would go to 30 and then take 6, so I'd only gain 1. I'd be left at 24. So not super ideal. I think the Maul is pretty good here. What do we draw? Yeah, why not? Good old mixologist. This could be good. Battle Cry will trigger twice. I really like mixologist, so it's hard not to take it. That's going to restore more health. So, yeah. I still haven't had the pleasure of playing Lanessa and Resistance Aura together, because casting that twice does seem pretty awesome. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what the treasures are. I should probably know this.
Choose soon.
Okay, so there's draw a card, fill your hand with copies of it, discover a legendary minion, summon 2 copies of it, draw 3 cards, reduce their cost by 3, it looks like, or reduce their cost to 0, I think. Cool, they're just dead.
Who dares disturb the trees?
Well played. Give that minion a turn to get ready.
Kabonk. Alright, 3-0 feels pretty good. Genuinely surprised by that. Alright, Platinum 4. So yeah, pleasantly surprised by this deck. Haven't seen the questionable card, Whelp of the Infinite, yet. Still not completely sold on it. I think the rest of the deck is pretty good, though. Like, I love the utility of Bob the Bartender. Marin the Manager I actually haven't played with before, so it's nice to get a chance to do that. But full of a lot of good cards.
Eternal rest.
Like, all you gotta do to get me to play a deck is tell me it's got Nightmare Lord and Creature of Madness. So playing against Priest. I've been seeing more Imbue Priest lately on the ladder. A lot less Protoss Priest. Okay, reasonable draws. Ooh la la, okay, so do I coin creature and then creature on turn 2 also? That doesn't seem super bad, actually. Nah, I'm not going to be able to play anything until turn 3 anyway, so wow. Anachronos, I threw you away for a reason, sir. Go back to your cage. Alright, good old Creature of Madness. What do we get? I don't think there's many Draenei in the deck, so I think Stonehill Defender is solid. We'll get another minion, and it'll reborn with full stats. Pretty good. Okay, looks like they are probably Protoss Priest. What do we get? This is not worth it. 2 random holy spells, they cost 3 or less. That seems okay. It is 7 mana, which is a lot. I think Annoyatron is just not very good, though. Annoyatron... No, can I justify Annoyatron? That doesn't seem good. And up to 8 cards. Yeah. Yes, Yano sent, this is Aura Paladin. I was saying earlier, forgive me for repeating myself, guys, but yeah, I was saying earlier, Yano, that every now and then I come back to this deck because I never really thought it was very good. I tried it out for a while, and it was fun, it was interesting, but it never really seemed to do too much work in the standard metagame, but I come back to it just to kind of double check because the metagame seems to be really shifting in a lot of directions. After Across the Timeways came out and after the card updates, it seems like there's been some real shifting of the metagame the last couple of weeks. So, and I'm 3-0 so far. Oh, Imbue Paladin. I played it for a hot minute. I didn't love it, but it's got a lot of power. It's undeniable that there's good power in the deck. I think it just needs some small tweaks to really be like a heavy hitter in the metagame. So I've got Double O Manager. Not sure that's super relevant. Yeah. Okay, so this will get reborn with... Or did it already get reborn? Yeah, I think it did, of course. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so it's already reborn, so we're not going to get it back again. So I think I'm going to go... I could Chronological Aura, but I think just getting these guys off my face is going to be good. I think that's okay. I could have tried to coin and Creature of Madness there, but I wouldn't have been able to make a decision quick enough, so it would have auto-chose for me, and I hate random stuff. Yeah, I don't know about affiliate programs on Twitch. I'm relatively new to this. I've been playing Hearthstone for like a decade, but I just recently was like, you know, if I'm going to play the game for fun, might as well have other people join along with me, so I am very unfamiliar. I could play this guy. Or I could wait till next turn and then I just get to Gelbin. I think that's better. So we'll just hold him off for a turn here. Yeah, 10-20 followers and having an affiliate program is super crazy in my opinion. Like I think on Twitch I've got like 16 followers, something like that. So I'm still very, very new. But yeah, Twitch is an interesting animal. I was very surprised at how many bots and like people trying to sell you stuff and all that. So Gelbin seems decent here. I'm gonna get, so if I play Gelbin, I get this, I get another Chronological Aura, I get a Crusader Aura, and I get a Resistance Aura.
Let me think.
That could be good. I think that's a lot of value at the very least. Nope, let's not accidentally play the wrong thing. Obviously, it's a waste of the first turn of that Crusader Aura, but...
Relaxation for all, and all thanks to me.
It didn't cast this one? That's weird. I didn't get this. Pretty sure I'm supposed to get that. I guess it must cap you at 5 auras. I've also never encountered this. Manifested Timeways seems pretty good. I think actually Cardboard Golem is fantastic here. I don't have to this turn. I think so. Manifested Timeways helps clear some of those guys out, and then Cardboard Golem next turn will make sure all these things last a little longer. I think it means the Resistance Aura. Where is it? Yeah, the Resistance Aura is gone next turn, but I have another one in my hand. I'm not super concerned about it. Yeah, let's just bash face. And playing Priest, they don't have any board wipes or anything. They just got to play more dudes, so I think it's safe to throw more guys out there. That seems good. Yeah, let's just swarm the board. We're going to get 2 dragons. Nice. Well, it's good to know that there's a 5 aura limit, because Mechatork's aura would have been very handy here. But what are you going to do? It's the way it goes. Seems good, but how are you going to use it? Sorry, dude.
It is finished.
That's how it goes. Alright, 4-0. I am pleasantly surprised. Win streak! I was just talking on a different video earlier today about how I could probably make it to Platinum today, and I'm very close now. So that's awesome. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun playing silly decks like Searing Reflection Paladin, and this one not quite as silly, but Cliff Dive Demon Hunter is a lot of fun. I've done quite a few videos with both of those decks, but I try to play a good mix of competitive and fun decks. Alright, another priest.
A just cause is always worth fighting for.
I will fight with honor.
These games are actually not as long as I expected either. I don't think I can justify keeping Resistance Aura. Tiger's Plushie could be good, but it's normally not a really great keep. Yeah, I think there are much better things I could get. Alright. So maybe this time I'll get to play Sunsnapper and Resistance Aura like I was saying earlier. That does seem interesting, but depending on what they're playing, I'm not sure how relevant it will be. Let's do that.
But we fight. The light dims, but we fight.
Falling for duty.
And give it Divine Shield, of course. Why not do that to the first one and then... Wow. They could have done that on one of them and then made a copy of the one with Divine Shield. That's just silly. And if they had the other, then they could have attacked and then put the Divine Shield on it. Yeah, I think Crusader Aura is just fine here. I'm definitely going to lose at least a minion on the backswing, but I think that's fine. 9 damage kind of puts some good pressure on him. Wow. Double Sunbloom. They have a Void Ray or something? Wow. Okay. Well.
Who dares disturb the times?
I really don't care that that makes their Protoss minions cost 2 less, because they're taking 10, and it's now or never.
Annihilation commences.
I have a feeling they're not going to be able to come back from this. We'll see, though. Ooh, that's pretty good for them. Tiger's plushie is a decent draw. Yeah, because then I can do this. It'll kill a Void Ray. And the mini one will be even bigger. So that's definitely going to the face. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Tiger's plushie. I just haven't found a deck that I just absolutely love it in. I was trying it in a variety of different things over the last couple months, but it's an awesome card. I think I tried it in Searing Reflection Paladin, Grime Street Paladin. I tried it in Aura a little bit, but I didn't have the right list. This list seems pretty decent for it. Well, looks like they're dead.
Well played. For justice.
Alright, up to Platinum 1. Let's get to Diamond. So 5-0 after 5 games is genuinely surprising to me. I think it could be that I'm just encountering good matchups. Like, I haven't played against Death Knight. I haven't seen any Demon Hunter. No Shaman either. I personally believe that Shaman and Death Knight are probably the two best decks in the format. And I know that does kind of change from week to week, but I think they're consistently at the top of the metagame. Control Warrior is a very powerful deck. I really wish Dragon Warrior was a little bit better, because it's like right on the cusp of just really giving the metagame some trouble.
I will fight with honor.
Okay, so Hunter, you say? Kind of want to keep this, but I don't think I should. I think Manifested Time Ways is great. Resistance Aura would be phenomenal, even though it probably won't make much difference in terms of spells. This is actually pretty good too. So I could go like turn 3 Gnomish Aura if it comes down to it. But since they... okay, so Quest Hunter I've found to be a lot less reliable and a lot less good than... Like there's a Tracking Hunter, which is essentially just discovering a bunch of guys. Lots of value. Very good deck. Still kind of pretty sure it's like tier 1.5 though. It's not quite amazing yet.
Reporting for duty.
Yeah, these full art cards are, I don't know, I'm not super happy with them. After playing Magic the Gathering for so long, I saw them, so the first time they released full art lands was Zendikar, which was like 2009 or so, something like that. And it was a huge deal at the time. Everybody loved them, so it made it so people were opening booster packs like crazy. How much do I care? I don't think I care that much about any of these. Let's just do that. But when those full art lands came out in Magic, then it was like this big boom. People were loving them. And then after a while, they started printing. They did like so Zendikar was the set they first came out in, and they printed another Zendikar set a while later, and they did full art lands again. So it was like, oh, cool. Like, you know, the people that didn't have access to it the first time had more access to it now, which was great. But then they just started printing them in like every other set, and they started full art everything. So for Hearthstone to be doing full art things, it just feels like they're copying Magic more. And Hearthstone is essentially just Magic, but with different characters, and they made a couple things better. But I find that stuff fascinating. It's a very follow the leader type of industry. I think Nightmare Void is probably good here. I would like to get this out there, but I feel like it's a waste of value because I just want to have the Manifested Timeways available. So maybe Cardboard Golem's okay, but I think Nightmare Void is just objectively a better card than all of them. That's phenomenal. Triggering twice is amazing. And let's get a coin here. I'm going to take 5, which is fine. Oh boy. It has awakened the dreaded travel agent. Seems good. Lots of 4-drops in this deck. Believe it or not, I think I'm going to do this and this. Next turn I can play Cardboard Golem and Manifested Timeways, so I can either deal 6 to everything or 3 to everything, depending on how I want it. I could deal 9 to everything. Wow. Alright, taking a lot of damage, but that's okay. I think clearing their board right here is going to be pretty powerful. So the question is, do I deal 3 or 6? I think if I deal 3, I'm okay. Yeah, let's do this. So I'm going to gain 4 at the end of the turn. And I think I play Tigress Plushie also, because I still have a turn left before I play Cardboard Golem. Before this is gone, and I can play Cardboard Golem. So let's do 1, 2, good old Tigress Plushie, and do that there. So that way they don't get life also, and pretty sure, yeah, they don't have the card for this still, so kabonk. Four mana, 5/3, not super ideal. So if I play Crusader Aura, I can gain a lot of life with the Tigress plushies. Doesn't seem super bad. I can't take out all their guys and deal 6 to their face, but I don't think that's necessary here. And I don't care too much about losing that aura. I'm already back to 30, so... yeah, Cardboard Golem could have been good, but not necessary to keep gaining life if I'm at a high life total. Yeah, there we go. Alright, 6-0. Diamond! Let's go. So yeah, this deck's doing very well. Haven't seen the Whelp of the Infinite in 6 games. I mean, for all I know, Whelp of the Infinite has some good uses that are like things that are hard to answer with the tools that I already have in the deck. I think the 3-drop spot is just really light in general, and that might be why Whelp of the Infinite is the choice. But I think Mixologist might just be better. So against Shaman, Manifested Time Waste is decent. Chronological Aura is decent also, but it's a little late. I'm going to give this a try. Ay, ay, ay. Not a very good hand. Okay, metal detector's at least helpful. Already with the bird watching. Put the binoculars down and play the game, man.
Reporting for duty.
Alright, what do we got? What do we got?
Well met.
I never make two trips.
That's pretty good.
I never make two trips.
I'm not super happy about taking 5 if I play Metal Detector here, but not a lot of the other options are that great. Like Tiger's Plushie, I can, you know, hit 1 and hit with the Silver Hand Recruit. Might have been better, but I'm going to try this and see where it gets me. And Flight of the Firehawk. Okay. Pretty good. Yeah, I thought about playing Crusader Aura last turn off the coin just so that I could manifest a Time Waste this turn. And might not have been a super bad choice to do it, but I get Tiger's Plushie and Mini here and then take out... Yeah, that seems good. Then probably Chronological Aura next turn is my guess. So that'll also gain me 4 life. Yeah, not very threatening. So Manifest Time Waste is active now, which hopefully will come in handy soon. Eesh, that could be bad. What do we got? Oh, yeah, that's very bad. That guy is extremely powerful. But it is susceptible to Manifested Time Waste now, thank goodness. Not the best use of Time Waste, because I mean, 3 of these guys don't really matter. But that is a problem. Yeah, 5 mana for a, what is it, 6 something? Yeah, 5 mana for a 6/6 Wind Fury Rush is ridiculous. And you get the weapon after. So I'm going to be taking like 6 next turn at least. But yeah, I don't think any of these options are much better.
Who dares disturb the times?
And I will have the 3/5 up, the Drake.
Reporting for duty.
Okay. You got me. We got another one. So another 8/8 is coming next turn. I could Crusader Aura and Tigress plushie. It's not super great though. Ursine Maul seems okay, because that'll give me Gelbin for next turn. Which would give me Gnomish Aura. Yeah, these guys are... Yeah, these 8/8s are a problem. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with my original thought. That'll let me gain 5.
Sands of time!
Yeah, like I said, Shaman, one of the best decks in the format, by far. Just very powerful. I assume they're just going to play the 8/8, use the rush one to hit my Drake, and then hit me for 8 in the face. But if that, I mean, and they've got the weapon to follow up with, it seems really solid. I would really like to get that Gelbin. Interesting. Is that so they can weapon? Okay. Ah. Sure. So taking 10 to the face seems okay. Makes my Crusader aura a little bit worse. That was a good play. I don't really want to take 8 to the face, but I got to get that Gelbin sometime soon. Yeah, what else is there? Chronological Aura is okay, but they can clear that fairly easily, especially since I know they have the other 8/8 in their hand, one of which will have Rush. Oy, yeah, this doesn't seem good, but I feel like I have to hit the 8/8.
I must move quickly. For justice.
Ow.
Reporting for duty.
So if they can pump their hero, then this could be pretty close to the end of the line. Ooh, jeez. Yeah, they're holding that 8/8 for something better. This is crazy. Not what I wanted to see there. But... So the issue with Gelbin is that I won't get a Chronological Aura because I've got the second one in my hand. It will gain me some life. It will... I can trade that away and that'll pump something, but I think I'm still dead is the problem. if I do that, I'll get resistance, gnomish. Yeah, that's it, resistance and gnomish. So I'll gain some life. I'll go to 23.
Let me think.
Yeah, Shaman is way too good. Drawing Naren the Manager, I don't think is going to help me that much.
I must move quickly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just dead. Very unfortunate. So yeah, they play... Wow. They've still got this guy here, so they could just play the 8/8 and... Okay, I'm just dead either way. That's the way it goes. Alright, 6-1 after Shaman. Alright, I'm going to see if I can power through 3 more games, but if they go too long, I'll have to cut it off. So let's see. Yeah, Shaman is unbelievably powerful. That killed my win streak, too. Dang. Yeah, Shaman seems like a deck I would enjoy playing. I just don't have any of the cards for it.
Let's the hunt.
Doesn't seem super expensive,
I
though.
will fight with honor.
Alright, Hunter is good. I think I have a pretty decent Hunter matchup, no matter what variation they're playing. And this is a great hand. Manifested Timeway is obviously a little slow, but I think it could come in handy here. Okay then, turn one, or turn 1, draw 4 cards. Seems pretty good. Dream cards are pretty good. I could bounce a minion, 5 damage to all characters except Ysera, give something +5/+5. I could get a 4-mana 7/6 or a 2-mana 3/5.
I must move quickly.
Yeah, let's do this. The other guy on the far right was tempting to make an extra 2/2 copy, but I think the Dream card has more potential for explosivity. And if I get the 4-mana 7/6, Emerald Drake is what it's called. Yeah, that would be phenomenal.
A dream come true.
Alright, 2-mana 3/5 is still pretty good, especially with Elusive. Yeah, it would be cool to be able to kill this guy. Now, let's do that just in case they don't play it next turn. But I have a feeling they'll play it. And I could have Metal Detector to kill it, but the other thing was just better. There it is. Okay. A lot of ways this turn could be played.
I wonder.
I kind of like Maul, but Creature of Madness is very good. Yeah, let's do...
Do that.
Whelp of the Infinite with charge will be very handy.
Is there trouble?
Wretched rights.
Seems good.
For justice.
Very good, okay. Well, that's gonna die to this. And there's the other one. Yeah, this is the first time, this is the 8th game, and this is the first time I'm drawing the Whelp of the Infinite that's in the deck.
For justice.
So I got Marin next turn, and Gelbin the following turn. Seems very good. And Marin... Let me double check what he gives. Yeah, not super concerned.
Relaxation for all, and all thanks to me.
So... I think this is probably best. I mean, this could be very useful too. Next turn I'm definitely playing Gelbin, so what would be good the turn after that? Probably getting some more gas later. Let's get rid of one of these guys. And there are 5 auras in the deck I can get. Good. Alright, they got their quest done. I think. No. Created by the food chain, yep. That's power. Jeez. Okay, am I dead? They've got 20 on board? Yeah, I'm dead. Wow. Alright, that's the way it goes. 6 and 2. I should have stopped when I was 6-0. losses are to Shaman and Hunter so far. Not bad. Haven't played a single Death Knight. Okay, Nakanos, Chronological Aura, and Metal Detector looks like my hand. Definitely throwing back and wow, and it's a Death Knight. Okay,
I will fight.
it's about time. I was just wondering if turn 2 Chronological Aura is a little bit too hasty, but Creature of Madness is significantly better. I think they do play locations, and this is going to be the most powerful one, so let's see. Might be worth playing it just regardless of location. I think a lot of them play Elise, which makes Terror Run, which could be great to destroy. I'm just not sure how much value I'm passing up by not playing a 3-mana 7/8. Yeah, how much do I care?
I wonder. For justice.
I'm not going to give them a free card off of that. Not yet, anyway. That's pretty good. Okay. 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 Yeah, I keep thinking that I'm going to play this, and then they're going to play Elise the following turn. I think it's better being used on Terror Run than just playing a 7/8.
Let me think.
And if you're yelling at the screen right now, I apologize, because that's what I think is best. You do you, boo-boo. How do I want to play this here? Yeah, I think I'm going to do this, because turn 5... Or no, turn 6 I can play Gelbin. So next turn... Give Undead in your hand +2/+2. That's pretty good.
For justice.
Good ol' Marin. And I've already got both coins, and this will give me another one anyway. So let's do that. They draw a card, I get a coin, whatever. Value for value. Jeez, alright, I'm starting to get the feeling that they aren't playing... Jeez. Yeah, I'm starting to get the feeling they aren't playing locations. So maybe it was right to throw that out there on turn 3. But let's do this and hope that the resistance aura doesn't get in the way. Good. Pretty good. Jeez. Alright, that's very good. Anachronos seems pretty good here. Yeah, how am I going to get through this, though? So let's get rid of 1. And do that.
Mistakes of the past, rewritten.
And believe it or not, I'm going to do this also, just so I have another guy that can attack next turn with Crusader Aura.
Can't this thing dance any
Jeez, yeah, Amateur Puppeteer is very good.
I can't dance any faster.
So these will be 5. And this is going to make everything in their hand just crazy big, but at least I can hit them for 14. And on my next turn, they get all their guys back. But I'm in a much better spot, thankfully.
You give the best hugs.
They've got 5 guys, so yeah, it looks like they're leaving space. Okay, then. Well. Yeah, that's insane. Like I said, Shaman and Death Knight. Probably the 2 best decks in the... And this isn't even the Death Knight deck I was talking about. What would help here? I don't think Manifested Timeways does enough. I think the Marin cards cost 3, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they all cost 3.
Let me think.
So yeah, this is a very unwinnable position. Like, yeah, this is... I don't think gonna get anything that matters. Yeah.
The light dims, but we fight.
Come on. Alright, whatever. Yeah, very dead.
The victory is
Alright, 6-3 after 9 games. Last game here. Yep, Should have quit when I was 6-0. Sometimes you just need a little ego boost. I'm just saying, you know? Alright, 10th game. Let's go. Yeah, the Protoss Priest matchup is pretty good. Hunter seems okay. I think that last guy 2 games ago had a very good draw and played well. Shaman, not super great, but that guy also had the nuts. They don't always have that many crazy things. Control Warrior seems great. Yeah, the Mage matchup's fine. Rogue matchup's fine. So, yeah, unfortunately, yeah, I think this is just an indication of the metagame. Like when I tried to play Aura Paladin before now, it seemed like I was losing a lot, but I think that was also the matchups. Like Death Knight is not a great matchup. I think Maul is okay. Yeah, Death Knight is not a great matchup, and when I was playing this deck last, Death Knight was a huge portion of the metagame. So if you're playing against more Death Knight, this deck probably needs some tweaks. Could be user error. For all I know, I'm not playing that well. But I think I'm doing alright. King Mucklow with charge. Wow. Yeah, I think this is pretty solid. Yeah, I think in that last game I should have just played the 3-mana 7/8. Yeah, it was definitely greedy to hold on to it for the location, but yeah, Terror Run can be very difficult to deal with, so being able to only let them get 1 activation before you destroy it I don't know. That's what I was going for, but I guess wasn't the right call.
As a gracious host, I will tend to you personally.
Ah, Skullomance. Now that takes me back.
Sure.
Good memories.
Well, this is unfortunate. That's a decent boy. I guess it's not that great.
For justice.
Gimme Gelbin.
You all souls to one Sunday.
Good old Bonsomdi. And they gave it Rush.
How entertaining. And now we part. For justice.
Yeah, Bonsomdi costs 6, so thankfully they can't play it this turn.
I remember this place well.
There's Elise. Yeah, that's what I was expecting last game. So even if I kill that, it's gonna deal 3 damage to all enemies, which is annoying, but fair. So let's take that out, gain a little life, and I think Resistance Aura is okay. They're probably just gonna play Bwansamdi, but let's give them 7 to the face. So they could use all their minions, attack my Drake, and then Bwansamdi at something else. Wow. Alright. Headless Horseman's pretty good. And that's going to deal 3? Yeah, that's unfortunate. I kind of want to play Marin the Manager.
Relaxation for all, and all thanks to me.
And I'm probably going to need to do this. I don't think this is the call. Wondrous Wand is pretty good. I think this might be better in this situation.
I must move quickly.
Good old Hideous Husk. Okay. That is not a good draw right now. Excuse me. Get back in your cage. You should be in the deck.
Let me think.
Ooh. Okay, so Nomelia is pretty awesome. Krog is pretty awesome too, though. It'll make these guys 1/1s, but that won't affect the leeches as much. It'll, if anything, it makes them better. So I think Nomelia is probably good. Ooh, and I get a copy in my hand. Look at that.
I must move quickly. Take a load off. For justice. Job done.
Alright, and Anachronos will come in handy for Bwansamdi, which I assume they're going to play sometime soon. There it is. Trade there, get a 6-cost minion. Do I just play Gelbin, I guess? Yeah, these bots on Twitch are crazy. I guess Gelbin is okay here? Lunessa makes O Manager cast twice, but that wouldn't really do too much. That'd be 7. I'd get 4 more mana after, so I'd have 6. Yeah, I think let's just do Gelbin.
I must move quickly. For justice.
Bob the Bartender will be very helpful. Let's throw that out there just on the off chance that I end up playing Crusader Aura next turn. This is going better than expected. Normally, Bonsomdi is a very difficult thing to work through. Wow. That works out pretty well for them. Yeah, I thought about smacking that guy with this and the weapon, but I decided against it. Maybe it was right. There's Wondrous Wand. So Nomelia seems pretty good here. Plus I can Crusader Aura, but that might be overkill. They're going to gain more life, unfortunately. Do I just Anachronos? Five, 3. So if I Lanessa, O Manager twice, yeah, that just seems like a yeah. I don't want them to gain all that life, but I'm not sure that I have many options otherwise.
Move quickly.
Yeah, let's run it.
Reporting for duty.
Okay. So we've still got one more turn for these guys. Cardboard Golem's still in the deck. Five, 6, 7.
Who dares disturb the shadows?
Good stuff. Oh, and there's the Cardboard Golem.
For justice.
I'd love to be able to get Crusader Auras out there, but just not great positions to be able to play it. When it's good, it's good. Oops, that's not good. Another hero power lets them discover an undead. In addition to the 3 damage. And they chose Boon of Longevity, so it gives lifesteal to Bonsomdi, and it makes bigger Death Rattle minions, or bigger minions from its Death Rattle.
Short. I must report.
It's arguable that I should have played Anachronos instead of the Nomelia earlier, but I was anticipating them resurrecting their Bonsamdi and doing more shenanigans, so this is working out okay.
Who dares disturb the times? Sands of time for justice. Pleasure affords
So no minion types, this is pretty useless. Divine Shield Wind Fury is fine, but... let's do that. There it is. Ooh, that's not good. Oops. Eesh. Yeah, that was probably not what they were hoping for. Is Bonsamdi not an undead? It is an undead. Oh, because this is the same cost as it, so it had... Wow, so it randomized between the two. That really sucks for them. Boom. So like I said, I was expecting them to resurrect Bonsamdi, but I guess the Hideous Husk got in the way. So ending 10 games at 7-3. Not bad. Beating Death Knight is always good, but that was not, I think, a good interpretation or a good impression of Death Knight. Not sure if their build was different or if they played it differently, but it just it did not do what it was supposed to do. So, but that was Aura Paladin. Seems like a solid deck. I still think I'm going to try putting a Mixologist in there instead of the Whelp of the Infinite. Where is Mixologist? If you're not familiar with Mixologist, this card feels really good to play. Because you take basically two of these, and there's so many to choose from. I mean, you can draw cards, you can freeze guys. Some of my favorites are when you can do like 3 damage to one target, but also deal like 2 damage to all other minions. There you go, 2 damage to all minions. But this one's also great. Summon a friendly minion. So sometimes you can like clear the board by dealing 2 damage to everything and get a guy back. Or if you're dealing 2 damage to everything, then you can also give your minions +2 health. So it's like, it's a ton of versatility. And it does come down to the discovers, because you see 3 at a time twice. So you don't always get to choose exactly the modes that you want to do to form the perfect potion. But this card's incredibly powerful. I've had some really good momentum swings in games by playing it. So I think the next couple of games I play, I'm gonna swap the Whelp of the Infinite out for that. But this does seem like it's probably going to be the next deck that I fiddle around with. I'm not sure how much, though, I can fiddle around with some of these slots, because it's a pretty tight deck list for the most part. I think, like, for example, Tigress Plushie could go down to a 1 of, but I'm not sure that's going to be super great. The Cardboard Golem does seem kind of like a win more card. There were some situations where it came in a little handy, but I think those situations are niche enough that it might not warrant the 1 spot. I'm not a huge fan of Resistance Aura, but I think it helps like the Mage matchup. It helps... it may help the early game for Shaman a little bit, just slowing down those spells that pump their guys before they play them. And then Death Knight, you know, can play a lot of spells as well, so there is some use to it. But yeah, like I said, pretty tight list, so hard to justify changing some slots around. I am very tempted to take the Cardboard Golem out for another Mixologist, but there are quite a few things you could do here. Like, this guy's interesting. I'm not sure he would be very good in this, but it might help some of the early game. Like, one of the red flags for me with this deck is that there's pretty much only Metal Detector for 3 drops and then a 1 of something. So being very heavy 4s can make it pretty tough sometimes, especially when 2 of them are Crusader Aura. Like, if you don't have 3 drops, like, I feel like there are lines of play you're missing by playing a 4-drop that could be great on turn 4. Like, if you had a little bit more early game, sometimes you could just Crusader or on turn 4. I think I did that in one of these games. And then you're just, I think I swung for 9 on turn 4, which isn't amazing, but it puts a lot of pressure, and then it forces your opponent to deal with your minions, which might not have been their plan in the first place. So it puts your opponents in an interesting spot there. Sorry for all the rambles, guys. I know you came for gameplay and not my opinions. But I think a lot of this stuff is really interesting because, like I've said many times, deck building is a creative muscle, and if you don't use it, you will lose it. So, I always recommend fiddling with your deck slots like this. So, I may try the Cardboard Golem as a mixologist, or I may try a Tiger's Plushie as one. I like Tiger's Plushie a lot, so I'm a little biased to the card. So it's going to be tough to cut it. But everything from, like, here down is, like, that's solid. Like, that's really incredible. I do kind of want a Nomelia in here. I think Nomelia is a very good card. Like, getting it in that last that Death Knight game, I think it was 2 games ago, that was pretty clutch. So I think Nomelia could be good in here. But otherwise, very tight list. And, like, Creature of Madness, O-Manager, Metal Detector, all things that I can't justify cutting in here. Righteous Protector, if I'm playing the Crusader Aura, also something that I don't think I can justify cutting. So, but yeah, looking great. This will be part 1. I'll do a couple of parts of this video, so keep an eye out for parts 2 through 17, or however far I go with this. So, thanks for watching. Peace and love, guys.